What's up, everybody? It's Brian, and I've been out on St. Kitts for the last 4 days just getting Madison set up to go to school out here at Ross University for her postgraduate degree as a veterinarian. And so it's been a lot of fun spending that time with her and getting her set up for success and getting ready to head back today. But this whole journey hasn't been without its challenges. There was one, getting her dog over to the island was quite a challenge, and it was a process that we thought would be pretty simple, but we found out it normally takes about 6 weeks to get it done, and we had about 5 days to get that accomplished. And so for Madison, of course, it was stressful. We all have our little fur family, and it was a big companion of hers, and she wanted to get Val over here. But there was an expectation that the reality is that it might not happen. And so what I thought about is that an outcome that you desire and the problems that are associated with it, problems are just basically an unbalanced outcome. And what I mean by that is if we think about a scale, and kind of the center point of the scale is the outcome that we desire. And when we have a problem associated with that outcome, the scale is tipped in its balance. And the other side of that kind of evens it out is the solution. It's working towards something of equal weight that's going to give you the outcome that you desire. And so what I did is I sat down and I made a list of all of the challenges that we had to be able to get Val over here in the time that it required. And I looked at, what would that look like? What would have to happen for this challenge, this hurdle, to be eliminated, not be an issue? And so once I kind of lined those out, then I had a path, right? I had a strategy, a place to start. And I think what happens when we encounter challenges in our business or in our personal life is we're overwhelmed by the enormity and the scale and the number of things that are working against us to get the outcome that we want. And I think what's important to realize is that there's no problems, there's only solutions. There's just this unbalance of what it looks like to get the outcome that we desire. We have to start thinking about what do we have to do to put some weight on that other side of the scale to get the outcome we desire. And so once we got that, we started looking into it. And one of the things I heard from Madison a couple times is like, well, that's not the way that it's done, and that's not the way that it works, and this is the process that it takes to get that done, and we don't have the time. And what I thought about is we can believe that, and that's probably true to some aspect, but it doesn't hurt to challenge the status quo. And I think as entrepreneurs, that's one of the things we're good at, is we're challenging what is the norm to be able to create something extraordinary that people want to buy, purchase, or be involved in, right? There's always an evolution of what one thing looks like here, and then it looks like this over here. And you can think of plenty of examples, just Uber being one of them. And so what I started doing is making some phone calls and asking people for help and just saying, look, I know this is an extraordinary situation, but what I'm looking for is somebody that's willing to kind of step outside the norm and step out for someone just because it's the right thing to do, or there's an opportunity to be exceptional. And what I found when I phrased it that way, and set the frame that way, is that people were willing to step up and help. And we were able to get Val here with 5 days of work that normally takes 6 weeks. And the same thing happened here while we were on the island, right? There are some challenges along the way of getting things set up. And so what we look at is, again, what is that outcome that we desire? What's the problem that's associated with getting it? And then what do we have to do to kind of tip that scale? So the thing I love about problem solution sets is that I know what the playing field is. There's one thing to have an outcome that you desire and not understand what that playing field looks like, that you have to navigate and what the rules are around it. And so once you understand what the problem is and what the restraint or the constraint is, then, man, you got a lot of information to work with, and you're that much closer to success. So I encourage you guys, as you're entrepreneurs and you're building your business, you're trying to work on professional or personal development for yourself, think about that. What's the outcome you desire? What is the problem that's tipping the scale? What's the solution that you need to be able to even that scale out and get the outcome you desire? And then write down or start to think about what has to happen for that solution to come together. And even if it seems insurmountable, if it seems it's not possible, push up against the status quo and ask for help and try to get people around you that are willing to step out in faith and be exceptional to get you the solution that you're looking for. Talk to you later.